Hello, and welcome to this video. Today, I will share some interesting and sometimes surprising stories from history. I will speak slowly and calmly, helping you relax and drift off to sleep. History is not just about wars and kings, it also teaches us about everyday life, human relationships, and how small events can lead to big changes. You can gently close your eyes or simply focus on the screen. Every word will help you relax and gradually immerse in the past.
In the early 1940s, Germany was deep in the grips of World War II. Everyday life was heavily impacted, and food and beverage supplies were scarce. Coca-Cola production nearly halted, and local factories needed to find an alternative. This is where Fanta was born. Workers in sugar factories experimented with what ingredients were available, sometimes using whey, apple fibers, or leftover fruit byproducts. Each small batch of Fanta was carefully crafted to bring a sense of normalcy to a difficult time. Imagine the quiet streets of German towns, children running along cobblestone roads, mothers carrying baskets, and workers entering factories. The hum of machines, the smell of fermenting ingredients, and the careful mixing of materials all contributed to creating this new beverage. Producing Fanta during wartime was far from simple. Sugar was rationed, fruit was scarce, and every factory had to find ingenious ways to maintain production. Workers often repurposed ingredients that would have otherwise gone to waste. Imagine a factory floor, machines clanking softly, workers wearing aprons, measuring each ingredient with care, adjusting recipes depending on what was available that day. Even with these challenges, they continued producing a drink that would brighten everyday life. Meanwhile, the people of Germany adjusted to daily hardships. Families found ways to make simple meals stretch further. Children played quietly in the streets, and neighbors shared resources. The creation of Fanta was not just about a drink. It reflected resilience, creativity, and determination. Fanta quickly became more than a beverage. It was a symbol of adaptation. People appreciated the small joys during a difficult era. Cafes and homes would offer the new drink, giving citizens a brief moment of happiness amidst the uncertainties of war. Advertising, although limited due to wartime restrictions, began to subtly promote Fanta. Posters and small flyers depicted cheerful images of the drink, trying to bring a sense of hope to the population. Even small gestures, like sharing a bottle among friends, helped people feel connected in challenging times. Visualize the cultural impact: children sipping Fanta after school, families enjoying it in modest kitchens, and friends gathering quietly in living rooms. These little moments created a social rhythm that carried the community forward. Fanta's story also reflects the economic pressures of wartime Germany. Factories operated with minimal resources, yet they had to meet demand and maintain morale. The ingenuity of factory managers and workers contributed to sustaining production, even in the most constrained circumstances. This beverage illustrates how everyday items can carry historical significance. The effort to produce Fanta during shortages shows how economic challenges can spark creativity, how society adapts under pressure, and how even a small drink becomes part of the larger narrative of history. Consider the broader context: towns adjusting to wartime rationing, markets bustling with limited goods, and citizens finding inventive ways to maintain normalcy. Every sip of Fanta was a small victory, a reminder of human adaptability. Outside the factories, daily life continued quietly. Mothers walked along cobblestone streets carrying baskets of food, children played softly in small yards, and neighbors exchanged news and small tokens of help. Fanta, though just a drink, brought brief moments of joy. Families shared bottles at home, children tasted it during afternoon breaks, and friends enjoyed it together in modest cafes. Picture the streets bathed in soft light, people moving calmly, every small action contributing to the rhythm of life. In towns and villages, Fanta became more than just a beverage. It became a small symbol of hope and resilience. Families shared bottles, offered leftover ingredients to neighbors, and even children carefully saved small portions to give to friends. Kitchens glowed warmly in the evenings, the soft light reflecting off pots, pans, and glass bottles, as families gathered around modest tables, sipping Fanta and quietly discussing the events of the day. Imagine quiet laughter filling a home, gentle conversations floating through the rooms, and a feeling of connection spreading through the community. People exchanged not only the drink, but also small acts of kindness, recipes, stories, and support during difficult days. Even in the middle of wartime scarcity, these gestures created a network of care and togetherness. Picture streets at dusk, with neighbors walking slowly home, greeting each other with nods and soft smiles. Children ran briefly from one courtyard to another, bottles in hand, sharing the novelty of a sweet drink. Each sip of Fanta carried with it the sense of normalcy, a comforting reminder that even in hard times, small joys could persist. The beverage became a silent companion in everyday life, representing adaptation, creativity, and the resilience of ordinary people. Inside the factories, the story of Fanta unfolded in intricate detail. Workers moved carefully through the production lines, measuring each ingredient with precision. Whey, leftover fruit fibers, and other limited materials were combined in exact proportions. The air was filled with the faint, sweet aroma of fruit and sugar. Machines hummed a constant rhythm, punctuated by the soft clink of glass bottles moving along conveyor belts. Every bottle represented not just a drink, but the dedication, skill, and ingenuity of the workers. Some carefully adjusted recipes depending on what resources were available that day. Others kept meticulous records, ensuring that each batch could maintain a consistent taste despite ever-changing circumstances. Visualize their hands at work, fingers coated with a thin layer of sugar zest, eyes focused, lips pressed together in concentration. Feel the subtle tension of responsibility, and yet the quiet satisfaction when a perfectly filled bottle reached the end of the line. Outside, faint noises from the streets of nearby towns blended with the factory's hum, creating a backdrop of everyday life during wartime. Every moment in these factories tells a story of persistence and human creativity under pressure. Fanta's story highlights human ingenuity under scarcity. Every street, home, and factory carried countless small stories of resilience. Picture children walking to school, mothers preparing modest meals, factory workers exchanging quiet smiles, neighbors helping each other, and families enjoying the drink. Each scene contributes to a larger tapestry of history, calming the mind and preparing it for rest. Let these images settle slowly, breathing life into a calm, reflective state. Now gently close your eyes. Take a deep, slow breath. Let the quiet hum of factories, calm streets, and small victories of daily life guide you into peaceful sleep. Imagine walking through a German town during the 1940s, seeing evening light glow across streets and homes, hearing faint clinks of glass bottles, whispers of neighbors, and the distant hum of machines. Let these scenes calm your thoughts, relax your body, and drift gently into sleep. Feel the rhythm of history, warmth of human connections, and slowly allow yourself to rest. Good night.